Polish belt train intended for the Tema-Mpakadan railway line is still idle months after repair works were done following an accident in April last year. Workers of the Ghana Railway Company Limited alleged that the train remains grounded because the Ghana Railway Company Limited management claims it lacks the funds to purchase fuel for test run to resume shuttle services. Collins Frimpong joins us with updates from Tema.
Kuku bala show no ni eje mo ato 3 years o se nyame amem na jo mama nka se ono na person no ma contract na nyama ni enti ono abetimi asan be ye dia nya se dia be siwa asan se
o kan new one
new one
de nya accident
sa pepe penalty
na nya accident ni nya nti se o mo repair eno
o ma ye wi siwa se ase engines coaches wo ha betimi akwa ke wo se start ye nyuma bat ni nyina so koka se ye fuel scan word we to fuel ni niama afia kwan nso o msa se kwan nso problem kwan no problem dey wo ho but ke ye adwuma kakran na dey solve problem na ke be ba coach na esi wo no afa nipa from Tema-Mpakadan na trebetu na nipa be fa nru 200 dey na mfa so be na be nya wo so no man be san boka ti o se kram coaches ni be ka ho ansa na train na timi move se train we pe move free how to Mpakadan o man na boka totally nti o se coaches ni ba se coaches ama ehu hia se train ni adwuma ti o kra coaches train abana di engine we ba engine timi emfa ni pa nru 200 na o se free anko Mpakadan hwe fuel de be ko ni ko ni ba na hwe sika e benya se betimi atosa fuel ni mpo a nti o man ye hia coaches no saban ni kra no ni confirm investment e wo Ghana e wo skafo be blo mo timi do mo sika akra bi di aba na oni o makọ nhihye e wo mu a wo se o ye ebetumi aboa ba ya anya de sade atam ye pese broni be ya no so no atwe o man no kwa akire sabi o metumi abobo skafo bi din kwam desperate ni wa skafo be blo o man mu e de adwuma mu o so mo kra coaches mu e be ba but aban ni hwe ni sa tambia e pese broni na be broni ni so oba obehwe adwuma na ase niam antie ka ni niam e wo ho no adaso onya na atwintwene ho ana bibia se 3 ya odi abai kanyame aduma e kama but coaches nka ho ti uma sa engineer emfa nipa more than 200 e ko ha ni Mpakadan ba o man na boka ti esra man ni sese animanim ya no de adwuma be ma investment bi no mo di coaches ni bia ba ka betumi abo o man
na wo ka se police train nya accident no ya repair we or ya
bibia o me fan se ya repair 4 months mo amuni
for almost 4 months
sure
that's so now can for one sem mutimi ntofo ehunfo ne se o mutimi ntofo workers ni ntimi nto ana
workers ni ntimi nto company ni so company ni niska because new CEO idin boss iska ni ho o sa man ni tofu we no the man ansa na trainer move na se trainer so move o man na boka ntimi fa nipa more than 200 from Tema-Mpakadan na se trainer be ko na be ba na hu sika ntimi ntofu we di ha na je se o man mfa so bia ni so.
Now, yesterday, workers of the Railway Company Limited went on strike. And then today, there are also allegations following that. But today, we're joined by Dr. Frederick Apo, Chief Executive, Ghana Railway Development Authority. Thank you for joining us this afternoon. Yesterday and today, workers of the Ghana Railway Company Limited went on strike. There are also allegations that a train, which is operational or functional, management say that they are able to fuel it so that it can test run it. What do you make of all these allegations and also the conditions of services that the workers are saying?
All right, good afternoon. Basically to your viewers. Yes, yesterday, the Ghana Railway Company Limited, which is the operating arm of the, in terms of Ghana Railways, went on strike. Went on a strike and demonstration. I want to take the opportunity to clarify that the Ghana Railway Development Authority, which is responsible for the operationalization of Tema-Mpakadan, we are separate entities. But although we do share the sentiment that they are facing. Number one, Ghana Railway Development Authority, we have begun, I think, since March 9th, the community sensitization program, as well as the operationalization strategy for Tema-Mpakadan. So we have already done a lot of work in terms of making sure that the defects identified through the construction phase have been completed. We are in the final phase of rectifying all the theft, vandalism caused by scrap dealers who are basically stealing some of these exposed equipment on the line. So very soon, Ghana Railway Development Authority will be running the Tema-Mpakadan line. It is not true that the Tema-Mpakadan line is not being run because we cannot buy fuel. That is entirely, I don't know where that information is coming from. But as far as the Ghana Railway Development Authority is concerned, we are basically around about 75% of our preparation work towards the operationalization of Tema-Mpakadan.
Yeah.
To operate the line, to operate any railway line, you need to make sure, number one, the line is safe to do so. Now, most of you, I don't know whether you are aware or you've seen the inspection work that we did in March. We observed a lot of encroachment around the Tema Harbour area, as well as in the, what we call the Afenya area, where we need to basically speak to the public about the impending service. So I want to take this opportunity to clarify the situation on the ground. Ghana Railway Development Authority will be operating Tema-Mpakadan soon. We are looking at completing all the defect works that we've identified through our initial inspection, which occurred on the 15th of March. We are 75% there, and we are going to announce the date of commencement service for Tema-Mpakadan very soon.
Right,
So
thank
I
you for
want the
that
public to rest
clarification.
assured.
But so let's understand. So you say that you're working to at least complete the defects, and this will be on the railway, but the train, you
Yep.
say, it's functional now.
Yeah, the train is functional, is workable.
And
So basically, yeah, the train is functional, all defects rectified. The accident that happened, which of course everybody is aware, in terms of rectification work has been done. But to run the train safely on the line, you need to make sure that you need to basically do what I call community sensitization program. People need to understand that the train is running. Otherwise, what you're going to have is likelihood of an accident. So we need to make sure that the authority is making sure that we are putting in place what I call the operationalization strategy, which includes community sensitization program, of course, and community engagement, public safety and awareness, as well as making sure that all the defects identified through the track inspection have been rectified before we can actually go ahead in terms of
How long ago
operating
was
the line.
this train, how long ago would this train be functioning since after the accident?
Oh, after the accident, we have 2 DMUs. So we had only one involving in an accident. So basically that one has been rectified. So they are all working. They are all in a workable condition.
Okay.
The only thing left for us to do the track defect, once the track defect and the community sensitization program is complete, we will then be able to start or initiate or commence the service on the Tema-Mpakadan. So we are almost there.
I understand that the workers or the railway company limited, really, you both operate separately. But does the workers' strike over there affect you in any way, indirectly?
Yes, we share the sentiment of Ghana Railway Company Limited, which is a different entity. We are the authority, Ghana Railway Development Authority. We are, as far as I'm aware, and I've been privileged to see what the Honorable Minister is doing. The Honorable Minister is working hard to make sure that our colleagues at the Ghana Railway Company Limited get paid. So he is working hard to make sure that the salary issue is addressed. But we are a different entity. And the Ghana Railway Development Authority, we are also working hard to ensure that at least we can get the Tema-Mpakadan working. So yes, according to the Act 779, which is the Railway Act, the authority, we are a different entity, but at the same time, we are a sister sort of agency. So we work hand in hand with each other.
Do you not regulate anything at all about the company limited, because you're an authority and you operate under the Act? You do not regulate anything at all?
We regulate the Ghana in terms of safety regulation is under us, and operational regulation in terms of railway safety is under the authority, yes.
Okay.
So we regulate them. But in terms of revenue, in terms of revenue generation, that matter is addressed by the Ghana Railway Company Limited Management.
Right.
So we regulate them, but of course, we don't oversee in terms of the operationalization of that entity, in terms of revenue and in terms of payment of workers.
Moving forward, and finally, how soon should the Mpakadan Railway operate? You mentioned that you're just 25% away to finishing it. You need sensitization of the community, but we need some timelines.
Oh, yes. I can assure you that very soon, within the next a month and a half, we should be operating on the Tema-Mpakadan line. I can give that assurance to the public. And we are going to be in a position to invite you for the commencement of the service, initially between Tema to Afienya, and we will then obviously expand to Tema to Adome. That will be commencing in the next 6 weeks to 8 weeks. We are going to announce that very soon.
Thank you for the clarity and thank you for talking to us. We also have Labour consultant Fusa Samoa joining us this afternoon. So workers are striking while a fully well-repaired train. We have just been told that that is not under them. But at the Ghana Company Limited, they have said that they think that it should be privatized. They also think that, well, if they are not going to be paid for their allowances, then they'll lay down their tools. Tell us, what are the chances of these workers?
Yeah, good afternoon and thank you for calling me on your program to make a brief comment. Now, when it comes to payment of remuneration, for that matter, salaries for which the workers are striking for, that is their right. And it is the duty of every employer to pay a worker an agreed amount periodically as agreed upon in their employment contract. You know, salaries are payments that are made periodically by employers to employees. So before anybody is employed, or in their letter of employment or the contract of employment, it is included that you shall receive, let's say, XYZ amount at the end of every month. So you state how much your person is supposed to get, and periodically the time at which it must be received. That is how salaries or remuneration should be.
Right.
And it is the right of the worker. He's entitled to equal work for equal pay. He's entitled to payment for work done. And it is the duty of the employer to pay. So that in the case of the Ghana Railway workers, I know that they are supposed to be paid monthly. So that if it is true that they have not been paid for 7 months, then their employer is in breach of the employment contract.
Right.
And therefore, they have a right to press for. Now, when it comes to pressing for your rights and better conditions of service, they can negotiate, they can write to them, sit down with their employers and so on. The last two, or the most obvious resource, is the strike. But you see, the law also provides that before, if there is anything to do with remuneration, there's a breach in case of non-payment of the salary or a deduction from your salary, which is you deem unlawful, or you deem that is illegal, you have to complain to the National Labour Commission. So I don't know whether they have complained to the National Labour Commission about the unpaid salaries or deductions or anything to do with their salary, because the law provides for that.
Okay.
And that if they have to go on strike too, the law also provides that they have to give notice to the National Labour Commission and their employers of their intended strike and the reason for going on strike.
We may have to come to you in our subsequent bulletins because there are a number of questions we want to ask you, but for